All right, I'm about to do a weird thing. So we usually have a alcoholic beverage when we record the podcast. I'm just gonna have one in honor of the thing we're having today. I have the High Noon Original Vodka Iced Tea, which has a lid I've never seen. Like, I showed Adam this right before we recorded this.
What do you mean?
So I'm gonna pull it up to you with the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, that's sick.
Yeah.
I mean, it
like closes up, like you can close it up.
Okay, I did not know why that was the way that it was.
Well,
Right? Like you can have a little and then put it in the fridge and save it for later, or...
Right? I've never bought a tall boy of High Noon before. I did want to get this particular flavor because it is iced tea, and that feels appropriate for our energy drink themed episode we're doing. This to me is, so what we're looking at, it's like the pull tab on the top of a tall boy of like an aluminum can like you'd get with a Diet Coke or whatever. But it's plastic, and it's blue plastic in the High Noon branding.
Mm-hmm.
It feels medical to me. Like, it looks like that this is hooked up to like a heart machine, or it's like somebody gave this tall boy a tracheotomy. Like, I was a little alarmed to see this. I thought maybe it got dropped off the back of the truck and somebody at the liquor store like just shoved some plastic on it.
Let's all see you struggle to figure out how to open it.
Okay. And I think Jenny, you did have it right. I do think that it is for resealing, because who should drink a whole tall boy?
Yeah, nobody would ever do in their right mind do that.
Or just if you're at like a beach or something, like so that you don't get sand.
That actually makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
It does have a guide on how to open this on the side, so I do know that this is not any kind of like weird aftermarket.
Well, let's say you do it. Let's say you do it.
All right. It says you need to break seal. Oop. And I did get the stuff all over. So check this out. It pops open and then it slides back. And I am covered in High Noon flavored iced tea.
Well, that's the other advantage of that kind of top, is if you want to get it all over yourself. Wait, but can you now like close it back up?
Let's find out. I am pushing it, and
right?
it snaps right back into place.
There you go. Keep the sand out. Mm-hmm. Brilliant.
Welcome to 2026. We're innovating tall boy lids. Fantastic. Jenny, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for having me.
Of course. I'm going to introduce the podcast, and I'm going to introduce everybody.
Gingerbread Man down. Clean up on aisle podcast.
You're listening to Clean Up on Aisle Podcast, the dirty truth about grocery stores. I'm Jef Harmatz, joined as always by Adam Fligsten. Hello, Adam.
Hello, Jef. How are you?
I am wonderful. And we are joined today by Jenny Jaffe. And Jenny, I was made aware of your work. You were doing a lot of essays on Instagram. Is that?
Yes. Yeah, and I haven't done one in a couple weeks. Like maybe like a couple months at this point, and it'll happen again at some point, maybe, but we'll see.
And if not, I asked because I wanted to describe you the right way. You're a funny person, but would you say that you are a writer? How would you describe yourself?
I'm a writer and showrunner based in Los Angeles, and That's it. I think that those are like the only descriptors I would use, to be totally honest.
Okay, awesome. Well, I'm a journalist and podcaster. Mm-hmm. Adam, how would you describe yourself?
Musician, composer. I would not describe myself as a podcaster. I don't know. Yeah, that's probably it. Software. Sometimes I do software. But
okay, cool. Yeah. I mean, if I could ask you about it, so I write, I do radio. I do a lot of comics. It's been a minute since I've done comics. But posting stuff on Instagram, especially like things that I think are like funny and that people are supposed to engage with, is really difficult because Instagram is also where people post picture of their butts. And I don't think that anything I'm going to like create and make from my own hand is going to compete with somebody else's like butt, like a photo of like a hot butt on Instagram.
Yeah, it probably isn't. But I don't think that the competition is the point, right?
I I always thought that I'm trying to, get one over on the person above and below me in the scrolling feed. But what is the point?
The point for me was just to write something that had no gatekeepers around it. I primarily work like in the sort of big studio system, and I've been working for like the majority of the past past 5 years for sure, but like the vast majority of my career, the majority of things that I've worked on, either I am like still completely NDA'd on, or the time from like conception to release is like I mostly work in animation and feature. So it's, years and years, if at all. And I was just feeling really frustrated by that. And so I wrote a short story that I posted, and I got a lot of response about, and I was really surprised about that. And the only rule for me when writing it is I don't want anyone else to look at this before I post it, and I don't want to submit it anywhere and have anybody else approve it. I just want to post it on something and call it a day. I used to be super active on Twitter. I deleted Twitter in 2020, but when it was really nice to have a thought and have my thought go thought to audience and not thought to executive to network head to executive to me to draft to, I just wanted that like kind of brain dump immediately and have that immediate reception. And the thought that anybody would see it or that it would get passed around the internet in any kind of meaningful way on Instagram, a platform that I at the time had less than 5,000 followers on, was not something that was on my mind, to be honest.
Cool. I was reading, it's interesting. I didn't know that you worked in animation, but the K-pop Demon Hunters thing that I would say took the world by storm, at least US Americas by storm last year. It was in the works for like 5 or 6 years, and they interviewed the writers.
5 or 6 years.
Was it a decade maybe?
Probably, yeah. I would, and probably it was like gestating inside of the director for, like, I know it was like really her passion project. It's definitely been more than a decade for that.
I remember they did an interview with some of the writers, and the writers were like, "We did make a movie. I promise you, I'm not lying to you. I did. I worked on a movie, and it'll maybe come out soon at one point." And then it came out, and they were like, they kind of felt vindicated that like this thing that we told everybody we were working on, we were so proud of, finally came out and like became just an incredible sensation.
Right. And that is like the sort of 1 in a billion story, Mm-hmm. And the rest of the time there are movies like that are exactly on that same sort of level and trajectory that are, sort of shelved or are still waiting for their moment or whatever it is. And the nice thing about that is that you can pretty much say I'm working on something and can't tell you what it is, and nobody can call you out on it forever. And then the shitty thing about that is that I'm working on something and I can't tell you what it is like the story most of the time for most people. And those are the people who are lucky and the people that are making a living as writers. You know what I mean? So like, I kind of decided, okay, so I have my job, which is writing these movies and TV shows and hoping that all of the machinations of the universe line up perfectly to get them from the page onto somebody else's screen. And then separately, I have the drive to like share work with an audience, and I'm going to have to find a way to feed that in myself separately to keep me feeling passionate about the thing that I love to do, because for a long time I'd forgotten that it was the thing that I love to do.
Even beyond
start the episode. I'm not.
Yeah,
how good.
We love it.
Yeah.
Even beyond the gatekeepers, like if something comes out 5 years later, like you have changed as a creative person. So it's hard to have the same level of excitement as when you were in it and writing it and stuff like that. Because it's like, oh yeah, I guess that was funny,
You also don't like remember it really the same way. Like stuff comes out and you're like, either you sort of have the thought of like, God, I would have done this a lot differently, or you're like, wow, that's a really funny joke. Like, who came up with that? Like, it's not your. It's also just very rare that it is purely your vision. A lot of times, you weren't the first writer on it, and you weren't the last, or things were, altered somewhere down the line. It's just like the reality is the amount that kind of anything that you see is that is like a commercial product is like the direct result of somebody's creative impulse is like so rare and amazing when it happens, that I think it's really necessary for any kind of creative to keep creating in a way that is like, oh, this was completely just the creative spark that was made manifest.
I had a bad creative spark this weekend, unfortunately. Like, I was doing a zine fest locally, and if you're not familiar with a zine, because every time I tell people that I make zines, they're like, what?
How old are those people?
People my age, I'd say I'm a 40-year-old man, and I think that I was talking to some people in their 30s who are like, what's a zine? A what? Little mini magazine. Mm-hmm. But I was doing this zine fest, and like, I was very tightly scheduled. I was running on the treadmill on Saturday morning before the zine fest, and then I was like, okay, run, I eat breakfast, I go to the thing. I had this vision for extremely stupid zine to make. Adam, you have it. It's the Chemical Brothers themed zine. Mm-hmm. And I made it instead of eating breakfast. I kind of wrecked my day, but I said, I've got the idea and I've got time for breakfast or zine making. And very immediate, I don't think I should have made my zine. I think it's like a little too stupid for this world.
No. Yeah. When you're feeling that creative spark, you follow it no matter what.
Okay.
Absolutely. So I think the stupider it is, the better. I have no interest in things that are I think that's awesome. Also, the fact that you had that like creative impulse and your first thought was, I should go make this right now. Like, to me, that's why I haven't written anything for Instagram in the last couple of weeks. There's been nothing that I felt that way about. And the entire point of the exercise isn't to sit down and force myself to write. I get forced to write a lot. It's to like write things as they come up. And the fact that you were like, I don't even want to eat breakfast. I want to make this thing. That rocks.
Well, to be
thing when that happens.
Yeah, I really should have eaten breakfast. I paid for it later in the day. I didn't eat until like 7:30 in the afternoon. So it was maybe not the right decision for one's health, but for one's creative spirit.
You could eat on the tens of dollars that you earn selling that.
Yeah, all the big dollars that come in from the zine making. Jenny, so you are working as a writer. Is that mostly remote, or are you going into a place?
It's a pretty good combination. It's a pretty good combination, to be honest. I'd say it's like a really even balance, and it's like even like within 1 week, I'll spend like 1 or 2 days at a different like office, and then the rest of the days here. And then a couple of the days at the like common working area at my gym, which is, another sort of office. Yeah.
Okay. We're both former Los Angeles people. Mm-hmm. We're recording from Joshua Tree right now.
And you guys just moved to Joshua Tree?
I've been out here for a while, and Adam's a year now?
A little less than a year.
Yeah. I came out. Mm-hmm. I'm pre-pandemic. Like everybody, we moved out here because we just got priced out of Silver Lake, and everybody thought we were brain geniuses come 2020. Like, oh, you lived in the desert and there's a pandemic happening. We just were like, we need a cheap place to live, actually, and found it. But I was going to ask you an entirely different question, and you mentioned that there's a co-working space at your gym.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Can we dig into that a minute? What gym is that? You don't have to say the gym, but like, is it a chain gym? Is it a local? I've never heard of a working space.
It is not a chain gym. It is it's like an exceptionally Los Angeles place. If you're in Los Angeles and I tell you that I go to a gym that has a co-working space and like a wellness program and shit, you probably know exactly where I'm talking about. It's like really the most Angelino place I could possibly go. But it helps. Like, the only way I'm motivated to go to the gym is if I think that there are like good selfie opportunities there. And like I know this about myself and I accept it and I don't judge it about myself. I am become Los Angeles, and that's fine.
Do people like to take a selfie in the gym? I'm all usually sweaty and wearing like bad clothes, looking nasty. Is that
Let's see if you're competing with on Instagram if you're not seeing a whole lot of gym selfies. That is the number one purveyor of yoga pant butt gym selfies is people, and they're set up for the gym. I'm not even posting mine. I just need to know for my own sanity. And the locker room at my gym has really good lighting.
And you're not. Didn't somebody get in trouble for taking a picture in a gym locker room recently? Like, there was like a Playboy lady.
They made fun of someone who was in their gym locker room, which is like unconscionable. I've never noticed anybody else at the gym that I'm at because I am so self-conscious. The idea that like other people would be noticing, like looking around and noticing what other people at the gym look like is insane to me. That's just like a level of narcissism I don't think I can conceive of.
Describe the co-working space though. What is the vibe there? What does it feel like? Because I'm also struggling to picture a co-working space in a gym.
It is not in the so it is a multi-floor gym. Like so the gym is a loose term. I would call it they say it is like a social wellness club. But it's a big gym. And it's one of the floors is just sort of like chairs and tables and outlets and it's Wi-Fi. And it's got that real like Hollywood Regency like furniture style that millennial women just go absolutely apeshit for, myself extremely included. Like give me a tufted like forest green chair and I'm like some gold tomb and I'm like, well, this is where I'm meant to be. It's
is it swimming pool rules? Like, do you have to shower before you sit on a co-working couch, or are people like leaving like puddles behind?
I think it's really a testament to how unserious the working out portion of this job is, that I have yet to see that be an issue. I would say it is a real like lightweights cardio kind of gym with some classes thrown in. I don't think people are necessarily like coming in and getting their workout and then getting on the furniture. I think it's a real like I've just done like whatever a couple of reps in my aloe sweats and now I think we're good to like work on this PR campaign or whatever.
I have a treadmill at home. I usually do my workouts at home. We have a couple gyms in the high desert, one of which was like a little too gnarly for me. I was just like, I think I'll just like make my shit happen at home. I gotta quit this gym.
It's in a basically defunct mall.
Yes.
And it's poorly lit. Yeah. Yeah.
They show the worst channels like the Tang Dynasty News Network is the one that they used to always show by the treadmills, and I'm like, I cannot look away from Tang Dynasty News, and I cannot not watch Tang Dynasty News.
Wait, is that Shin Yun?
It's the same people that do Shin Yun.
That's incredible. What sort of things are they reporting on?
So it's like a Fox News type of thing. Like they're trying to do a One Nation news, like News Nation Fox News, and it's. I mean, the anchor that they had at the time that I quit the gym was like this real rat fuck face guy. Like he looks like he was fucking a rat. He's their New York anchor. And he would just look at the camera and talk to you, and then they would cut away to like B-roll. Like there was no other journalists, there were no other reporters. And it's slightly conservative, but it's got that, it's got the Epoch Times, the Shin Yun, like, I haven't dug too deeply into what their specific politics are, but it's not nice stuff.
It's conservative.
Yes.
It's weird conservative, but it's conservative.
Yeah. But I guess this gets back to me saying that I have a home, quote unquote, gym where I can, instead of watching Tang Dynasty News, I could watch, One Piece or Smashing Pumpkins videos. And I have a wooden shitty like it's not even an antique chair, it's just like an old shitty wood chair at my computer desk, also in my garage. And everyone's like, why don't you have something nice here? And I'm like, just to get done running, and I don't want to sweat up, like I want to leave like office chairs like a sponge. It's gross. It's like a bathroom floor mat. Anything that is wet that is just going to stay on it forever. And we're trying to conduct business. write a sentence or
complete the Billy Corgan interview you were just watching.
Yeah, it's just gonna sweat in the shit, and it's gonna get stinky and nasty and wet, and it'll dry here in the desert, but not in a co-working space, not in a 4-story Los Angeles building. You know?
I guess here's another question. So you don't shower immediately post gym?
Well, I'm at home. No, I guess I'm not. I do shower a lot. I showered right before I came here, but I'm not like jumping off the treadmill and running into the shower right away. I'm like,
to me, it's like as soon as I can, I'm like on a shower. So I think that's like the other part of it is I'm like, I also usually it's in the other order for me. Usually it's like I work for a little while and then before I like a pre-workout little like a sort of my workout is sort of like my après work snack. Like of trying to get my brain back into my body or something. And then I usually go home and shower. I don't really like the communal shower experience.
The only time I ever used our local gym shower was when I forgot to pay the gas bill. And I was worried that our water heater was going to conk out. So I took one for the team and just showered at the gym so that I wouldn't use up all the hot water. My partner was able to shower appropriately and without interruption.
Oh, that was nice of you.
I'm a wonderful man. What can I say? Adam, I know that you just got a piece of gym equipment. Last time I was at your house, I spotted it. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I got a rowing machine, which I've been using.
I love a rowing machine.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. I watch a little thing while I'm rowing. It's like gets my heart rate up. What am I watching?
Like, because he's doing all Smashing Pumpkins, which is like, and I love Smashing Pumpkins. That's crazy work over there.
I'm watching the Invincible cartoon right now.
Okay.
That's what I've been watching while I'm working out. But last week I've been digging a hole where a pool is going to go. So I wasn't using because I used up my workout energy for that. So I wasn't on it last week. Mm-hmm. But yeah,
he said, "What is? Is it not? Is it no longer going there?"
Right now it is half done, and I'm going to be leaving for a week. So hopefully before it gets too hot, but probably not, it will be done. But yeah.
It's going to be 1,000,000 degrees this summer. It's already really, really hot here in the desert. I don't know how LA's been, but it's not quite pool digging weather.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, few things are. It gets hot as fuck out where you guys are. Mm. I don't envy that at all.
Mm-hmm. You get used to it. You'd be surprised, but
it's a dry heat.
It's a dry heat. I was about to say.
Well, this kind of gets us into a little bit of the topic at hand. Jenny, are you a native Southern Californian?
No, I was born in the Bay Area, and then we did live in Southern California when I was a kid, but then we moved back to the Bay Area. And then I spent 8 years in New York, and I've spent almost 10 years here now. So I very much feel like a native Californian. I mean, I am a native Californian, but I feel a lot of connection to Southern California, and my whole family's here now. I mean, as you can see, I'm completely like LA and like really specifically like West Hollywood, like where I live. I'm extremely WeHo pilled. I love it.
I never spent a ton. So I was a Silver Lake guy, and Adam, you were on the west side.
I was Westchester, which is just by the airport, the neighborhood next to the airport. Yeah.
The LA Westchester.
Yeah, sure. Almost 20 years. Mm.
Wow.
But I was a delivery driver for many years when I was in Los Angeles, and my main experiences of West Hollywood was just like parking, I guess, navigating the very difficult parking situation in West Hollywood.
We're technically Fairfax, but people don't know Fairfax, but we're like 2 blocks from West Hollywood, so it just makes like a little easier. I mean, like I really consider my neighborhood. I consider myself to be a Grove local. I live off the Baby Gap line on the trolley.
Okay. Awesome.
No, but like the parking situation, like in our specific neighborhood, is a little better. Probably should be saying like so specifically where I live on any kind of public broadcast, but but in West Hollywood, it's like extremely tricky, and every sign is like a leprechaun's riddle. And I'm bad at math, so I've gotten a lot of parking tickets just because I'm like, if Monday has like, no more than 3 hours, may ye rest here or whatever.
West Hollywood specifically has riddle the word, because I got pretty good at reading LA signs, but West Hollywood's the one neighborhood that fucked me up.
They're all like one of us lies and one of us only tells the truth.
Yeah,
like
yeah, exactly.
It's awful, and I've like ended up getting a lot of parking tickets for that reason.
Just on the subject of sharing too much information, I do a radio show here in Joshua Tree, and I definitely have had somebody come up to me and say, "Oh, this is your house. This is exactly like your address. I just figured it out from context clues, just from being a dedicated listener. Like, I have guessed your house," and he was absolutely correct.
I mean, they're like geoguessers and stuff who some people will be like, "Oh, you'll never be able to guess where I am from this," and the person will, like, it's all out there. It's horrible. We live in public, as the documentary predicted, and like to a degree, I think we all just have to accept that and like give ourselves like the peace of mind that we can. But then also I go out here and I'm just like, look, here's very specifically, this is the gym that I go to, and here's the neighborhood. And I shouldn't do that. I gotta learn.
It's fun to do that. It's fun to let people, solve. Mr. Policeman, I gave you all the clues, and now you know where I live.
Was this guy threatening you, Jef?
No, he's like a nice guy. I like him. Like, I would invite him to my house or whatever, but he's just like a guy that I know, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I used to deliver stuff to your house when it was under previous ownership."
Okay.
And I didn't feel super threatened, but I'm like, but maybe I should like cool it on like me giving out like real specifics about where I live, what I'm up to, where I take my dog and stuff like that.
Yeah, so you're like, and there's a key hidden somewhere on the property. You won't guess what it is because it looks like another object near one of the doors.
So, just Jenny, I've got to talk to you about this. I used to, when I was doing the delivery stuff, the drop shop was like literally across the street from the Grove complex, like CBS Studios. I would say I was like directly across from the Erowhan.
Sure.
And this was probably 2015, 2016 when Erowhan felt relatively new. And working out of this horrible, hideous drop shop for this terrible app that no longer exists. I'll give him a shout out, Washio, rip in hell, to the laundry delivery service app Washio.
May your clothes forever be stained.
Yeah. But I was just like very bitter clocking into my like badly paying app job so that I could like go home and draw comics. Like, I that's why I was doing delivery stuff. I needed money and I wanted to be drawing. And so I do, the bad job of the bad parking, everything about it was bad. And I would go into my shitty situation and sometimes have to like park near the Erowhan, or like, I know that there was a separate parking lot for that Grove Erowhan there, but I had so much resentment for Erowhan being the new rich kid on the block that I still have never been to an Erowhan to this day.
You're missing out.
Sure.
Are you an Erowhan shopper?
I would say I am an Erowhan eater. Erowhan is not a good place to shop. It is like, for the groceries they live up to their reputation. And if you really need a specialty item that is like, if you want something sprouted, if you want some ashwagandha, like whatever it is, you come to the right place. But if you want to like get groceries, then it's not good at being a grocery store. It's a really good smoothie bar. It's a really good overpriced smoothie. It's a pretty good overpriced smoothie bar. And it is a fairly good hot bar, like grocery bar.
I like their cooked food a lot.
Their cooked food is really good. And if you live in like a close enough radius, it's a good like dinner. Or like they have a lot of like, I'm also a vegetarian, and like it just makes life super easy because you can like customize whatever, and has a lot of like good like alternate meat options. And also sometimes I'll just go in and get one of their little like pre-made sushis or whatever. And yeah, I mean, talk about a place people are going to take selfies. It's like a full tourist destination. It's crazy.
I haven't been to the West Hollywood one since I think it got super big. But
There's
the
by the way
Venice.
2 in West Hollywood now.
Oh, okay.
There's
Well,
a new
the-
one. Yeah,
Where-
that just
okay.
opened on Santa Monica.
Oh, we're expanding. The Venice one is the one that I always think of as like selfie central. That's the hippest one I've ever been to.
It's probably the most like photogenic one for sure.
Yeah.
And like there's one in Silver Lake now too, and I think that was after your Silver Lake. It's like right on Sunset Junction. This is so interesting. Anyone?
Yeah. No. People like it.
No, we love it. Let's get more specific. Let's talk.
I do want to say one more thing. If you're a vegetarian, I know we're praising the most expensive food place in LA. What we know, the tempeh tofu breakfast sandwich is really good there, and I used to get it all the time. Yes.
I didn't even know about it. So this is, you learn something every day.
I was taking selfies at the nasty old Vons in Echo Park before it was cool to take grocery store selfies. Before they figured out that people maybe want to take the selfie at the grocery store and the gym, locker room, etc. Like, I guess I was a little bit ahead of the curve when it comes to grocery store selfies. Just to toot my own horn, if that's okay to do.
Sure. Toot away. It's your podcast.
Yeah.
Jenny, you mentioned that you spent time in New York City. Adam and I we were roommates in Bushwick in 2006. And,
Where in Bushwick?
On like Stockholm and Knickerbocker.
Oh, sure. So my like forever ago, like immediately post college boyfriend lived in Bushwick in like 2014, and he lived like right off the Jefferson stop. And it is so different now. I went back to, I used to spend like most of my time there. And also at like the McKibben Lofts, where actually my now husband used to live. I didn't know him at the time, but
does he still have bed bugs?
Oh, thank God, no. But he did have an item that he brought with us into our house, and I found it. He found in the lofts while he was living there. I was like, why do you have, like, there's no reason to have this. This for sure has like listeria or like legionnaires or something inside of it. Like nothing came out of that place unscathed. And it was the best. And I would give anything to go back. But yeah, I went back to Bushwick. I have a friend who just is in the process of moving to LA, like from Bushwick, current Bushwick. And I keep like dropping the names of places. He's never heard of any of them. Anytime I go there, I'm like, this is such like a cool like place with like cool nightlife. Like when my ex lived there, he lived across the street from like a place that sold live poultry, and everything smelled like chickens. Like it was, I don't know. I feel like I'm old. I feel like I sound old being like, it's not what it used to be, but it really isn't.
We were there then. I think I even know that live poultry.
Yeah, that's ringing bells with the chicken place.
Yeah.
Smelled like shit. It was like, it smelled like death. It was horrible. I don't know if that's what caused the vegetarianism, but it sure didn't hurt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess that would... proximity to slaughterhouse would definitely inspire the vegetarianism in people.
Yeah.
I'm from Southern California. Adam's an East Coast person, and I always feel like Southern California has the greatest grocery stores. Adam gets a little miffed when I say that. And when I moved to New York, especially the like Manhattan, Brooklyn grocery stores are just whack as hell, in my opinion. Like,
oh, they are. But New York isn't a place that you're supposed to buy or store food. New York is a place that does pizza in your mouth as you're walking. Like, it's not a place for, it's a place for like either like the finest dining or like a bodega sandwich. You can't buy groceries in New York.
Mm-hmm. Where was Well, I had a refrigerator. I mean, I assume you had a refrigerator, but if you have 7 roommates and everybody has like a little like curtained off spot in the refrigerator that I get to keep my vegetarian chicken nuggets or my carrot sticks or
we
whatever.
have some very strict writing your name on groceries like policies. with myself and my roommates, and sometimes it really felt like it only went in one direction. One of us was very concerned, certainly, about respecting that rule, and didn't seem to care if they respected it for the rest of us.
I'm sure they were great about dishes, though, right?
Fantastic. Yeah. No.
Yeah. Okay.
It was a nightmare. But yeah, so like grocery shopping in New York is just not, it's not the same thing at all. There's no joy in it. And it's such a cramped spaces, and you got to put your cart on the like little cart escalator, and
you have to carry everything home. It's like, how are you going to get it home? Yeah.
Getting it home. You got to stand in the Trader Joe's line like it's a club. I used to live right across the street from that when I was at NYU, and it really was like the line was wrapped around the corner, and then the way you would shop is you would just be in the line that snaked through the grocery store, and then you hopefully get all the things you needed before you arrived at the cashier.
I could never ever do the Trader Joe's. I think I maybe did that one time, the Union Square one with the line that you walk into the store and you're in line and you just shop while you're in line, I guess. Adam, I'm dying to ask you this. We've been doing this podcast for almost a year now. Mm-hmm. It's never come up. So when we moved apart as roommates, you moved into a place in Greenpoint. And you lived in it was a pretty I don't know if it was an unusual spot, but you had a lot of roommates. It was like a very big space.
Yeah.
What was the fridge situation like? How many people were there, and were there 2 refrigerators?
It was the kind of thing that, and I got the vibe immediately. People didn't really cook. Mm-hmm. It was like people were professional. It was the best roommate situation I can remember. People were professional. They went to work. They went home. They watched Netflix on their laptops, and they got carry out. And so there were, the fridge was never full. And the dishes were always clean because literally nobody cooked. So it actually wasn't that bad, surprisingly. Okay. It was grown-ups, or people in their 30s, I should say, which I was not, but yeah.
My fridge was my apartment was diabolical after when I lived with you, but it got more diabolical after I left Adam and moved in with even more diabolical maniacs in Greenpoint. And I cooked a lot, and I probably was messy, and I know I tried to make fried calamari one time in the kitchen and absolutely destroyed the kitchen/living room.
Making calamari,
like frying it, like doing the deep fry.
No, that's insane. It's never occurred to me it's something that's made. I always thought it was like out of the sea that way, because awesome.
Me and the fellas got together and pretty drunk one Saturday afternoon, and we're doing some deep frying, and the kitchen didn't
get the hot oils out. Yeah,
the kitchen didn't recover from that one.
We take for granted that kitchens should have a window, right? But yes, yours definitely did not.
No windows in my living room /kitchen. Mm-hmm. It was just locking in all that fried calamari smoke.
Oh, good.
I will say, and again, we will get to energy drinks, and I do want to talk about energy drinks, but where I lived in Greenpoint, there was, we were on the first floor, and literally across from a bodega, our hall, the unit across from us from the hall was a corner bodega, and it really felt like having a giant, expensive refrigerator.
Yeah.
You could just, you couldn't go across the hall. You'd have to go out and around to get your Four Locos or your, I guess probably just just Four Locos. But I had an unending supply of just pretty expensive Four Locos at my beck and call at any moment. Mm-hmm. And so I don't think I had a lot of drinks in my refrigerator, if I recall correctly.
Mm-hmm. I think the only thing I really had in my refrigerator was drinks for a lot of my time in New York. I think I lived in New York from when I was 18 till when I was 26. So I lived there for ages where my metabolism was really high, and my care about self-preservation was pretty low. So it was very catch as catch can with my eating situation. I wasn't necessarily thinking about anything that required real long-term refrigeration. Everything was processed. Everything was just kind of fuel to keep me going at odd hours.
Let's dig into the topic.
Let's do it.
energy drinks. What do you love about energy drinks, Jenny?
I'm very sleepy.
Okay.
And I am wildly dependent on caffeine and sort of agnostic as to where that comes from. People who are real coffee snobs are like kind of a mystery to me. Like I just I like the experience of coffee more than I really like the sort of taste of it. So I'm just happy with whatever that is, and then sort of the natural like outcropping of that is the like I feel like we're in like kind of the golden age of energy drinks right now. And then I think the other part of it is I don't really drink anymore. And so when I like go out with friends, not that I was ever a huge drinker, but like the best way, in my opinion, to feel like kind of energized and wanting to like go out and do things is to just grab an energy drink, because they're sort of the other ubiquitous thing at bars. Like everyone has that white Monster now, and that's
Well, White Monster. What is a White Monster?
just the monsters that come in a white can.
Okay. Is it a line or is it a flavor? Like, what's the deal?
Monster Energy is like a big one of the big players in the energy drink world, and they released their sort of like zero sugar line, and one of those is the white Monster, and they've become really ubiquitous in like LA nightlife. And so if you're at a bar and you don't want to drink, it's I think more fun than like a Diet Coke. And they've really improved energy drink flavors. Like I think the problem was Red Bull was sort of like the biggest like player in the energy drink space, and you know, sort of its only drawback is that it tastes like ass. And so like they've really like the technology has come a long way. Like I am drinking a Celsius right now, and I really think that Celsius is what like upped the bar for everybody else. They taste extremely good, and I'm sure they're going to be banned for something at some point in the future.
Because everything good gets banned. If you walk into a 7-Eleven and you want an energy drink, is Celsius the go-to one?
So actually, if it's an option, I think Bloom Energy is the best energy drink on the market. It tastes the best. And they also, like, I think have realized that the energy drink audience might be, I think, different than where it used to be sort of placed. I think it was very, like, gamer focused. The Monster Energy, like, packaging looks like the 98 Godzilla. Like, it's very, like, aimed at a really specific group of men, and I think now they're like, women like it, and they like it as pre-workouts. And so I think Celsius is probably like the most down the middle as far as marketing goes. Bloom is more like, this is for women. And then there's one called Alani that is like the girly pop energy drink, and all the flavors are like cotton candy, and like Kim Kardashian had a collab with them, and like they're very like aesthetic.
It looks like a Lisa Frank folder. Yeah.
So we did
the audience for that, but they're like a little too sweet for me sometimes.
We did a bunch of research for this podcast, and like I did think I was pretty well versed in energy drinks, and like we do have some energy drink lore I want to get to, but Celsius aside, like I have not. And again, this shows my lack of research, and don't tell my employers about this, but Alani I'd never heard of, and what was the other one? Bloom?
Yes.
I've never seen those on the shelves. I've never had a Celsius, but I've seen friends and colleagues drink Celsius a lot. But those other ones, I mean, we're in the sticks, we're in the or we're not even in the boondocks, or beyond.
So only like up here to like women in their 30s, like the town of Brigadoon. Like I walk past, and then suddenly it's like, oh, here's like the sort of like minimalist design aesthetic, like energy drink selection. It's like kind of growing as a category too.
Yeah. It's not made for your vision, Jef.
That's right.
You brush right over it.
I'm a monster. I'm a rock star.
I'm just saying, they were all like, "This is for the dudes." Like,
I mean, I want to talk about a marketing for energy drinks. I mean, maybe that's a good place to dig into at the moment. I've got a very weird theory about energy drinks that I'm just gonna get out here, but like Coca-Cola was probably the original energy drink. It used to have cocaine in it, for crying out loud.
Yeah,
Like,
the cocaine I think was the original energy drink.
yes. But I think that
Coffee had its moment.
that's true.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like, bubbly, light, cold, refreshing formulations, can't be beat with Coca-Cola. And like, Coca-Cola is very ubiquitous with like the concept of like 20th century marketing, I would say. Like, they didn't invent marketing, but you could say that in some ways they are like one of the more perfect marketers in this world. Like,
I think kind of in a lot of ways piloted like modern marketing though, like the idea of having a like specific color that they sort of own, like, and
They made Santa red.
yeah, exactly. So, and I think a lot of that probably was the cocaine, but but also I wonder. Sorry, not to jump ahead. I wonder if Four Loko also kind of helped spur the energy drink craze along, because Four Loko was my college years, and that was like such a gold rush. And then they're like, well, we can't sell the booze and the caffeine together, so we might as well start like really pushing it separately.
They don't do an energy component. So Four Loko, for those who aren't familiar, it was like ubiquitous in, I'd say, 2008 to 2011, like a very short time period. Yeah. And it was a huge can of really high alcohol, highly caffeinated, like fruit punch flavored, blue raspberry flavored. I think they were like 8 or 9%. And I don't know the milligrams of caffeine that they had. But if you drank one, like, you could black out just from drinking like one can of something.
Yeah. I don't believe I ever drank a full can, but it's also really possible I don't remember having ever drank a full can. Those things were insane. Everyone was so sad when original recipe Four Loko was taken off the shelves. But the true thing here is it's insane that it ever made it to shelves. It is such an insane product.
The Four Loko crew did like an interview pretty recently. I honestly, I think Taylor Lorenz had one of the founders on her podcast, I think is what I'm thinking of. And they seem like, they're weird, move fast and break stuff type CEO product developers, but they seem like they kind of knew their place and like had a reasonable attitude about their contribution to society and like their legacy and like what they're doing now. Like, they didn't seem like, we can all think of a horrible, nasty CEO, Millennium era CEO, and these guys didn't come off to me as like particularly horrible. Okay. If that makes sense.
Not Loco.
I think probably the thought behind it was I don't know that there was malice in the thinking. I think it's like, no. It's a product that, I don't know how old they are, but it is a product that I think most 20-somethings probably could have kind of conceived of at some point. It's like, what is the thing? What are the two best things? Staying up all the time and drinking. I'm 22 and I'm never going to die. You know what I mean? Like, I can look back now as someone in my 30s and be like, oh my God, like the FDA allowed this. But at the time I was like, this rules. This is such a cool thing.
I just, on the subject of like scary, like, I know that there's a lot to talk about, and I'm trying to really stick with like the marketing of energy drinks, because like Red Bull was like kind of the first energy drink to hit US markets that's like specifically like, this is for energy. This is not just soda. It's not just Coca-Cola with cocaine in it or whatever. It's not just caffeinated. This is like an energy thing. And like, it was originally like a Thai soda that was, I think it's an Austrian guy. I do have my research here in front of me, but a European guy went to Thailand and found this soda and said, I'm just going to remarket this for Western audiences.
He didn't remarket. Yeah, well, he ripped it off completely. He took the name, he took the coloring.
I thought he was not involved with the. Oh, I didn't know it was a
They're
ripoff.
completely separate company.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
No idea. That sucks. That's a bummer.
And Jenny, you mentioned that you're a millennial. Adam, I think you're a millennial. I mean, we're almost exactly the same age, but I would consider myself to be a millennial. Mm-hmm. Like every wave of energy drink, starting with the very first one, starting with Red Bull, always felt a little scary to me.
Yeah.
Like when Red Bull first came on the scene, and I'm like, this is an energy drink, and it's got so much caffeine in it. And I'm like, the can looks different. Like, is it medicine? Am I supposed to drink this? Like, it always freaked me out a little bit, right?
There's probably a little bit of healthy survival instinct present in that, like, just because they are like fairly dangerous, like especially if drunk in large quantities. But I also think these things were marketed like there's a genre of marketing that I feel like this is kind of too extreme. You're probably too much of a pussy for it. And like, that's the entire campaign. And I think like Monster and Rockstar like are very like intense and scary looking, like, packaging on essentially the exact same product as Celsius. Mm-hmm. And they like, I mean, remember there's that video of that woman being like, Monster is like satanic, and here's like all the like proof in the like whatever can. Mm-hmm. But I also think it's because we grew up with like Sobe and like corn nuts being presented as extreme. Like push products at it to just be like, yeah, I don't know, I guess you're probably not like cool enough to try our snack corn. Like,
I've got to ask, and this is one that I've been like excited to talk about.
Okay.
So I mean, in the ever escalating realm of like extreme marketing for energy drinks, this might be the most infamous. And I did try one time, and it still exist in some capacity, but it was a big flash in the pan. Like right when I moved to New York, circa 2006, 2007, I had the pleasure of trying cocaine energy drink.
With how is it spelled? I thought I asked you.
Spelled like cocaine, and the logo is made out of like white powder, like it's vaguely Jenny, have you ever heard of cocaine?
I've heard of cocaine. I've never heard of the energy drink. That's crazy. It's like Cocaine the Junior novelization. Like, that's wild to me. No, that was off the shelves, but quick.
I had heard about it maybe living in California in college, but I moved to New York and like I was at a gas station on the Lower East Side. I didn't drive a car. I was probably like looking for something to drink, and they had the fabled cocaine energy drink, and I was like scared.
It exists anywhere now? I'm looking.
It does still exist. I think it's been like sold and resold, so it's like probably a subsidiary of some other like beverage company, but they just were like, we're going to make a crazy energy drink. It's going to be very spicy, so it makes your throat runny. And we're calling it cocaine. They did no marketing except for like send a case of it to the New York Post and wait for the outrage, which I think is a brilliant strategy.
I do think that's a really smart strategy. I think it is not a good long-term strategy. But you immediately made something that's completely forbidden to kids, so it's the number one thing they're going to want to go have.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I've never heard of that, but I just verified that it's real. That's crazy. No, I didn't, but I also was like, maybe this was a hallucination. Like this.
No.
I should say that sodas have regulations in terms of how much caffeine they can have, but like probably a lot of stuff at Erowhan, health supplements do not have very many regulations attached to them. So energy drinks are considered legally health supplements.
Wikipedia calls them a type of non-alcoholic psychoactive functional beverage containing stimulant compounds, which, I fuck with that.
I think one of the reasons I think it's also having such a moment now is I think that we're in this sort of moment of like a lot of interest in like adaptogens and in like brain function maximalization or whatever. And one of the things about Celsius, like one of the ways that they've been advertised to not be like open this can, you fucking won't, bitch. It started being it says it is a essential energy provider, and its tagline is live fit, and it just advertises all the vitamins that are inside of it. But like its primary function is that it's 200 milligrams of caffeine, and it tastes like a watermelon soda. Like they've just like really capitalized on this moment. Like we'll all do whatever if you tell us it's good for us.
It's interesting that you mentioned energy drink is like a pre-workout thing, which, and again, no offense, but I have to assume is kind of like a marketing thing. Like, oh, you drink this before you work out.
And I don't know if it really improves the workout at all. I don't believe it does, but it does. You do kind of burn it off through the workout. So you get this little like, oh yeah, I'm ready to go to the gym. And then by the end of it, you're like, I'm feeling a lot better. And I am planning on going to the gym, which is why I'm having a Celsius at 5 p.m. But if I were to sit home, I would be so tweaked out for the rest of the night. It would not be an advisable beverage otherwise.
All right. I just real quick, like they put creatine in energy drinks now. Are we?
Oh, do they?
Yeah, that's another thing that I saw that energy drinks do that has freaked me out. I don't know what creatine is, and I don't think I want it in my energy drink. What is creatine? Does it help me?
Creatine is like good for you. It's like supposed to be like a component of like muscle building, but also like it is something that helps brain function. And I've heard from sources that I trust and not like fucking ex-heroin addicts in the White House that it is something that's good for you. But it's just not something I've really dug into myself. My husband like is like a lifting stuff at like a real gym that has fluorescent lights. And this is what he's always does like a creatine thing in the morning. But then I have a friend who told me that he takes it, he's a touring musician, and he's like, it's really helpful when you don't get a full night's sleep, and it kind of helps your brain function as though you have, and without just like pumping it full of more caffeine. So I really should. It's really better for me.
Yeah, as a terrible sleeper, I probably ought to.
I'll get on it. Whatever. I'll take whatever you put in front of me.
Let's go get some bangs.
All right.
Not
my
the
God,
haircut.
the bang was also, speaking of other things that are like, this is for the boys. It's called Bang, and its like logo has a like a sight, like a like from a gun.
Yeah, that's badass.
It's for sniper. It's the sniper energy drink.
Pretty cool.
Well, Jenny, I know that you have to run, but we really...
I know, I feel bad because I am enjoying talking about this. Maybe it'll be a to be continued.
Yeah, we'll have you back another time and we can talk more grocery store stuff. But if people want to find more of you, where can they do that?
Go to @Jenny Jaffe on Instagram or TikTok. And or, if you happen to know where that gym is, I guess you'll find me there.
Yeah, everybody look for you at the gym.
Yeah. Bring a fresh Celsius. Yeah.
And just don't be weird about it. Just discreetly hand you a chilled Celsius in the locker room. That's
and then give me like a single nod so I know.
All right, Jenny. Well, thank you so much.